He has been philandering for how many years since he's been married? Dolly Kyle, I have her book. She was a lover, and she really loved Clinton, Bill Clinton, for over 12 years, had an affair, and it wasn't molesting, it wasn't anything sinister, but she actually said that Bill said to her he had 2,000 women. Is that I mean, then we watched the first debate, DNC, where they had all the walls, which Trump has only talked about. She has a wall over her estate, Chappaqua, and she also had walls to prevent Bernie protesters to get inside their own convention. So
that was rigged.
So
they're talking about CNN today about how that was rigged, about how they took it. They took the carpet right underneath the feet of Bernie Sanders, right, who would have been a terrific candidate.
Well, I don't think so. He's a total socialist communist. They're communists, Obama and Hillary. So Bernie Sanders was a weakling. I said it from the get-go. He looked like my father, white hairs, older. Nice guy. I'd like to spend an evening with him. But he was a sellout, too weak. Can you imagine him negotiating with China? Bernie, we have your corned beef stand. Okay, whatever you want, I'll take the corned beef. He would not be an effective leader. The man sold out. He has $1 million house paid for and an Audi.
Susie,
he really sold out
chance.
his own people. Now when someone appears, 100 people show up. Guess what? He's endorsing, he's not even endorsing Hillary anymore. He's endorsing Jill Stein. Guess what?
Would he ever use the term Islamic radical
he's back to independent.
terrorism?
He's a mush. Excuse me?
Would anyone besides Donald Trump use the term radical Islamic terrorism?
Yeah, his running mate, Pence, who is a great guy,
right?
Giuliani, who uses it all the time. He has some fantastic speakers.
Let's talk about people with backbones instead of animals without backbones, like Tim Kaine.
Oh, Tim Kaine's a wuss. Look at what he did.
He's Catholic and he's pro-abortion.
With Saudi Arabia. This is our country. The people that lost lives wanted to sue Saudi Arabia. And guess what? Obama, who loves the Saudis and Muslims and the communist Chinese more than he does America, said no, he vetoed it. Well, it was overridden. 97-1, the communist Harry Reid was against, and the abstainer, Tim Kaine, let's see him against the Chinese. I'm going to abstain on this decision. You do what you want. This guy is a weakling. We cannot have a weakling Tim Kaine. And he was a disgrace during the debate with Pence. Pence was dignified, and he kept his... And Kaine interrupted 70 times. It was a disgrace to watch.
Well, the only way to truly defeat Islamic terrorism is to call it by its name and identify it as a military and ideological foe.
Well, I think they're more afraid of saying radical because Obama and Hillary both are allegiant to Saul Alinsky. And most people don't know who they are. Here's their books. She taught 1,000 people about Reveille for Radicals. This is that book. And Rules for Radicals. She couldn't wait till that came out. He died at Carmel, by the way. He's a millionaire. So all his agitation for poor people, pretty hypocritical when you're dying in an exclusive place like Carmel, California. So that's what Saul Alinsky taught. Agitate, pretend you like the poor, pretend you're getting their rights, and then you become a millionaire and billionaire. And haven't we seen that with Hillary and Bill? When you make $500,000 salary at State Department, I may be wrong, might be less, a little more. How do you end up with millions of dollars? She has $230 million in her own personal account. The foundation has $3 billion or more. She just put $1.8 billion in Qatar, one of the countries that is funding ISIS, and she knew about it. So what does it say about our corrupt system? The cesspool, as Trump calls it, the swamp in Washington, D.C. And the Republicans and the Democrats are equally corrupt.
Donald Trump said that ensuring that Americans receive the benefits they have earned is high on his priority list. And as far as Trump on terrorism and national security, he said if he becomes president, the era of nation building will be ended. Our new approach, which must be shared by both parties in America and by our allies overseas, must be to halt the halt the spread
Okay.
of radical Islam.
to that.
All actions should be oriented around this goal, and any country which shares this goal will be our ally. No, your mic is on. All the mics are on.
The end to the debate where he
Okay.
said you will not accept
Let's
the end of
let's
the
get sucked in
convention.
by the lying media. First
Because
of all,
it's
that question
rigged.
should not have been asked, and it was asked to him, not her. Because sure,
Right.
she'll accept a corrupt election where the media just favors her as a propaganda machine. It's really like we're dealing with Hitler and Goebbels. This is not a press that is real. And I'll give you a headline here. He wins the debate, and this is what they say the next day. Bury Trump in a landslide. Is that unbiased? No, it's not. It's all for Hillary. And I was shocked. They actually had her in the bunker because all the WikiLeaks say that she has a shadow government. And there's everything one
That's why you have no
pro.
money, because you spend all your money on political newspapers.
So, look at this nut talking about me instead of the issue. So, what did she say at the end? She said, no, what did Wallace ask him? Will you accept the election? He didn't say no, but he said he'll look into it. In 2000, Gore's election was stolen from Bush. In the next election, Curry admitted it. He didn't fight it, but he admitted, you know what, they stole the election. But he's a wimp and didn't fight it. And so Bush stole 2 elections. Ohio, every major city voted for Curry. How did he lose? In Ohio, Columbus, Cleveland, Akron, every major city. So he lost? No. And Gore, we saw what happened in Florida, and it was a disgrace. And I'm upset at the black legislators because they were sold out too. When I watched them try to dispute the Gore election, he was telling them, "Hey, it's his election." He's telling them to shut up. In the recent episode where Comey, who actually and Lynch worked for the Hillary Foundation as lawyers and accountants, so they had a hidden interest in all that, and obstructed justice by giving commutations for all the
Mark,
people.
you don't have to
Justice
speak so
Department.
loud.
Okay,
Our
I'm
listeners
sorry.
can hear
I get
you, but it's
passionate
okay.
about this. So Comey is a sellout, and what happens here is that you interrupted my train of thought. Anyway. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jesse.
Do you want to do the Trump train dance right now?
Let me just finish the point, because Comey, being as criminal as he is, and of course Lynch meets an ex-president, the husband of the candidate on a plane. Trump has that right. They didn't talk about Goff. They talked about the bribery of her getting off and her keeping the job as Attorney General. So getting back to Comey. All right, let's go on. You flummoxed my thinking.
All right, we have a special dance that we do, and it's called. What do you call it?
I'm not going to do the Trump. I'll do it for a second.
All right, we'll have some fun. Okay, this is a sexy song I wrote years ago. My first rock and roll song I ever wrote. It's called "Get the Stuff Up." I wasn't getting out of bed. I had pimples all over my face, and I was a nervous wreck, you know. But we're gonna play this song right now, and we're all gonna dance, including Susie. And let's see if I can get this going on here. Let me see what number it is.
Hillary. Whoa, this is not on this mic. Hello?
Yeah, when
It's
you
on.
dance, do not say Hillary, please.
I don't know why I'm not getting any sound here. I think our engineer messed up the sound. Yeah, he put on mute. The genius.
For what? For everything?
I know. No, I'll get the sound back somehow here.
What is on your shirt? Where did you get that?
I'll explain it.
GOP Nazi Communist Clinton. Clinton isn't a communist.
You better believe she is. I just mentioned Alinsky. Obviously, you don't know who that is.
Saul Alinsky.
Yeah. You don't know who it is. And
Let's
most
see what we can get.
Americans are too stupid to read and see who he is. This is why our country is down to do this. Well, why don't we do something in the meantime? Play Love Train or something.
Let's see what happens here if this particular part works. Yeah, that works. Let's see what's going on with this track here.
What are all those books that you carry with you?
Oh, please. You don't read, okay? I do. I tend to read. You don't. You just purport ignorance.
I listened for 2 nights in a row to CNN.
Exactly. The Clinton National Network. Okay, it's biased. You know what bias is? Is all they do is favor her. That's not journalism. That's propaganda, okay?
Well, at the
And it's
election,
sad. It's very sad. Very
I
sad.
did Steve Allen dinner, if you would ever let me finish.
Who's Steve Allen? What's Steve
It was
Allen?
the dinner last night, not
So what? Who is he?
some priest or something.
So what? What's he all about?
He had a group to help. He had a rally to help Catholic archdiocese kids.
Yeah, who Hillary denigrates. She denigrates the
They
Catholics.
raised $6 million.
She denigrates Catholics. She denigrates blacks. You know, the real story is that she uses the N-word all the time. The media says nothing. The real story is Bill Clinton actually rapes women, and then they call them accusers, not victims. They're victims. He's a rapist. And that's why you have people going out with the rape shirt and the rape whistle, which I have one. I'll blow it. That's because he rapes women and doesn't care. And she besmirches them. She calls them bimbos. She attacks them. She gets private investigators to ruin their lives, kill their cats, kill people. Yeah, it's not funny. It wouldn't be funny. Here's this guy. He wrote a list of 114 people who were killed personally, not the hundreds of thousands being killed in the Middle East because of her. 114 people, and including him. He was killed. John Ash recently, UN member. John Montana, DNC member. Seth Richards was going to bring to the FBI, shot 4 times, called a suicide. There were 2 young kids who saw, way back in Arkansas, a drug run for cocaine. Kevin Ives and Don Henry. Killed. 8 witnesses who knew about it. Killed. 15 bodyguards.
Up for Trump.
Killed. 15
Trump.
bodyguards killed. Is this the song?
Yeah, this is it.
I don't know, man. You ready? You want to dance? You know how to do it, right?
Yeah, I don't know anything.
All right, this is the Godfather Pearl. That's me.
Okay.
And this is Miss Parrot. I don't know what we should call it. But what you have to do, put that down, because you can't dance the Trump train twist with anything else. What you got to do is take your thumbs and direct them any way that you can. Because I believe. You know how he says I believe?
Yeah,
You can also do one of these. You know, that's how he emphasizes. I believe. All right. Well, what am I going to dance myself? I'll
Yeah,
I'll
you can do it. Dance with Edie. Edie will dance.
She
with
won't
you.
dance because
No.
she's too.
How about Mark?
We ought to let her sing a little bit, you know. Up with Trump, down
Yeah.
with Hillary.
Yeah,
Up with
I like
Trump,
that. That's good.
Down with Hillary. Now I'll explain what this says. The Nazis, Bushes.
But in all seriousness,
and it
this is a very
says
serious
the
election.
Nazis were financed by the Bush family, Prescott Bush, and the Clintons are communists. They sold out to China. And we want to vote for America and make America great again. This is the genius of Trump. He formed the third party, which can never win in America, surreptitiously. And he didn't even realize he was doing it. We have a third party. It's the American Party. And that's what has to win. Because the swamp in Washington is so corrupt on both sides. We got perverted people like Dennis Hastert, who was Speaker of the House for 15 years, and they knew what he's doing. And every time they brought a bill, the Obama stamp. So we got to get rid of the Paul Ryans and all the other, and Ben Sets.
It's a mission.
He was in charge
We're on
of
a
the Page
mission.
Boys. What is he? And he's against Trump. What these people are sinister criminals.
Let him
The
have
Bushes
Trump.
don't want to have the Trump in because they'll expose them. Clintons they want the Clintons and even the Bushes who have used the Republican Party for 80 years because they'll rubber stamp everything. Oh, we won't tell when you stamp. We won't tell which girl you played around with stamp. It's corrupt. Trump is the only candidate out of all the Republicans, the bozos, the Jebs, and the Kasich, who was on with Obama asking for TPP. You know, you better be a Xanoderm because there is going to be total takeover of our country, jobs and everywhere from China. We've got to stop it. We will actually have Chinese being invited in as UN forces. Once they're there, they will be mowing us down the streets before you know it. And we're giving in. Look at what they did to Europe. It's not France and Germany anymore. It's the Euro Union, which Hitler wanted. And Hitler got what he wanted. And he did escape to Argentina, most likely. And if he did, Bormann did, and many of those wealthy Germans did. Thousands came to the USA and became part of the infrastructure, part of the CIA. So it's a disgrace. This is interminable corruption that we have to try to stop. It's probably not going to stop, but we got to try to stop it.
All right.
And what is that, Goldfinger? I want to break a point. Is that Goldfinger?
This is James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond, Goldfinger.
There you
But
go.
guess who's
Listen to
the lead
this.
character besides James Bond and your Goldfinger? Pussy galore. Oh, they don't say pussy. This is a primetime movie that everyone here saw
That's
or
right.
read. Pussy, Octopussy, another James Bond movie. Josie and the Pussycats. Don't tell me a word makes the world shut down. And it was 11 years ago. 11 years ago that this word was said. And did they make money off it, Billy Bush? Did Billy Bush? Enough of looking at that nonsense. All right, we
Edie,
got
put the Trump mask on.
The Billy Bush made money. And why did he make that tape? For political blackmail or
good.
financial blackmail? He did both on the election. So who brought out the
Mark,
word?
over here.
Who brought the word out, pussy? It was the media.
These
They
are
didn't
the
have
big,
to bring it out.
the fourth debate,
It's
ladies and
a
gentlemen.
distraction.
Where did you
There is
get
another
those
debate.
things?
Trump is talking the real issues, and she's lying about everything. WikiLeaks comes out with a more.
What is WikiLeaks?
You don't even know what WikiLeaks is. This is the ignorance of America. They don't even know. You go to. I was watching where the interviewer went to Jesuit Georgetown, where Bill Clinton went to.